When people think about the cloud, they imagine something floating above them, invisible, weightless, available from anywhere. The name itself suggests something without physical form, but the cloud is not a place. It is not floating in the sky. It is not a mysterious digital dimension. It is one of the largest physical infrastructures ever constructed. Every photo you upload, every email you send, every AI conversation you begin, eventually reaches a real machine. That machine sits inside a real building, connected by real cables, powered by real electricity, protected by real security. The cloud only appears invisible because its architecture has been deliberately hidden from everyday life. The cloud is built from computers, not hundreds, not thousands, but millions. These machines operate every second of every day. They process searches, store photographs, run financial transactions, deliver videos, train artificial intelligence, and power the software businesses rely on. Instead of sitting inside a single office, these computers are distributed across enormous facilities called data centers. Each one contains thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, of servers working together. From the outside, many look like ordinary industrial buildings. Inside, they operate like digital factories. Every processor, every storage device, every network switch has a specific role. Individually, they are just machines. Together, they become the infrastructure that powers the modern internet. Before cloud computing, organizations built their own infrastructure. Every company purchased servers, maintained hardware, installed software, expanded capacity, and replaced aging equipment. It was expensive, slow, and difficult to scale. Cloud computing changed the model. Instead of owning computers, businesses could rent computing power whenever they needed it. Minutes instead of months. Thousands of servers instead of one. Global infrastructure instead of local hardware. This transformed computing into a utility, much like electricity. Companies no longer needed to build power plants. They simply connected to the grid. Today, businesses connect to computing in exactly the same way. The cloud made computing available on demand, and that single idea reshaped the digital economy.
The cloud appears decentralized, but its infrastructure is highly concentrated. Building a global cloud platform requires enormous investment. Thousands of engineers, millions of processors, private fiber networks, custom hardware, advanced software, and data centers spread across the world. Very few organizations possess those resources. As a result, much of the world's digital infrastructure is operated by a small number of hyperscale cloud providers. Their platforms support businesses of every size: startups, banks, universities, hospitals, governments, streaming platforms, artificial intelligence companies, and millions of websites. Most people never interact with these providers directly, yet every day they depend on them without realizing it. The cloud is invisible to its users, but it has become visible in the architecture of modern civilization.
A data center alone cannot become the cloud. It must be connected. Every request begins a journey across local networks, across internet providers, across internet exchange points, across thousands of miles of fiber optic cables, sometimes across entire oceans. Only then does it reach the servers processing your request. The cloud depends on another invisible architecture: global connectivity. Without high-speed networks, cloud computing would not exist. Without submarine cables, Global cloud platforms could not synchronize information between continents. Without reliable electricity, the servers would stop within seconds. Every layer supports another layer. The cloud is not one system. It is a system built upon many other systems. And together, they form one of the most complex engineering achievements in human history. The value of the cloud is not the servers, it is access. Instead of purchasing infrastructure, organizations purchase capability. They can expand in minutes, deploy software globally, store enormous volumes of data, train artificial intelligence, recover from disasters, and serve millions of users simultaneously. The cloud transformed computing from a physical asset into an on-demand service. That transformation changed the economics of technology. Innovation accelerated, barriers to entry fell, entire industries became digital. Today, the cloud powers businesses that may never own a single server because the infrastructure already exists, quietly operating behind everything they build. The cloud is rarely noticed until it stops. If a major cloud platform experiences disruption, websites become unavailable, applications stop responding, businesses lose access to their operations, financial services begin to slow, communication becomes unreliable, artificial intelligence loses access to its computing infrastructure. Across the world, millions of systems depend on cloud platforms every second. Most organizations no longer operate isolated technology. They operate connected technology. This creates extraordinary efficiency, but it also creates shared dependency. The cloud is no longer simply another IT service. It has become critical infrastructure, not because it stores information, but because modern civilization increasingly operates through it. The more digital the world becomes, the more essential the cloud becomes.
The cloud was never about storage. It was never about servers, and it was never about convenience alone. It represents a fundamental shift in how civilization uses computation. Instead of building isolated machines, humanity built a shared computing infrastructure, one that scales across continents, operates continuously, and quietly supports billions of people every day. Its architecture combines buildings, electricity, fiber optic networks, specialized processors, software, automation, and global coordination. Individually, each component is impressive. Together, they form one of the most sophisticated systems ever created. Because the cloud is not floating above civilization, it has become part of civilization itself. And understanding the cloud means understanding one of the invisible architectures shaping the modern world.
Every application you open, every file you save, every AI system you use depends on infrastructure most people will never see. The cloud is only one layer in a much larger architecture, an architecture that powers modern civilization. And this is only the beginning, because the world's most important systems are often the invisible ones. ASTIROZ, decoding the architecture of modern civilization.